Exploring Montana adventures on and off the beaten path. Here's Road Trippin' with Laurel Staples, sponsored by Explorer Maps.
It's a county rich in mining and railroad history, and joined by my husband Chris Line, we explore the back roads of Jefferson County and the railroad wonders still standing. We load up, lock down, and pull out. From Missoula, we travel to Helena and then to Clancy for our first stop, the Jefferson County Museum, housed in a former schoolhouse built in 1898. Inside, the old chalkboards are lined with photos showcasing the area's history.
Oh my. Well, I'll show you my favorite part. It's down here though. This was a bridge that was built, oh dear, in 1890. And 4 cars full of ore were going across the bridge. And when it got to the middle of the bridge, it just kind of settled. But come to find out, they had failed to tighten the bolts.
One of the many stories museum co-director Nancy Scusa loves to share on the area's railroad history.
As the silver and the mining and grew, then they needed the railroad to transport the loads.
A vast network of rails, bridges, and tunnels followed.
There was a total of 7 tunnels in the area, this one being the Amazon tunnel being the longest.
And then there's the Corbin Trestle.
During World War I, 1917, the people were very concerned that the Germans were going to come and destroy the trestle bridge. So they had a lonely little soldier that would stand and guard the trestle.
But when the mines emptied, the trains came to a screeching halt.
It has now been all removed. Clancy no longer even has a railroad track.
But despite the loss of track, railroad wonders remain. So we set out to see them. We take Frontage Road in Boulder for a beautiful drive to Amazon Road, where the pavement turns to dirt, making for a muddy drive to the south end of the tunnel called the Amazon. Also known as the Wicks or the Boulder Tunnel, these massive wooden doors were used by the railroad to keep snow out. It's a bumpy ride going in the tunnel, rolling over rocks to get to a dry spot. I get out to look around. Right now, I'm standing just inside the Amazon entrance of this tunnel. The tunnel runs 1 mile in length, and you can barely see a faint light at the very end. A lot of water coming into the tunnel, and there's still chunks of ice here on the floor of the tunnel. We consider driving through the tunnel, but without knowing exactly how deep the water is, we decide to back out and instead take a more scenic route to get to the other side.
And what's kind of fun is that soon we'll be crossing over right on top where the tunnel actually goes through the mountain.
This trail takes us to a high spot at an elevation of just over 7,000 feet, where we stop to enjoy this amazing view. Where are we now?
Well, we've just come over the saddle and we're heading down on Wicks Road, hoping to get to the other end of the tunnel, what they call the portal. And this road is obviously really washed out, so we're having to kind of creep down on these rocks.
We navigate over rough road conditions, including straddling this trench to reach the portal side of the tunnel. I get out and walk on what appears to be old railroad ties leading to this watery entrance, where the first train rolled through in 1888. Again, massive wooden doors frame the entrance. Back on the road, on the way to Corbin, stands this beehive-shaped charcoal kiln dating back to the 1880s. In Corbin, this stunning train trestle welcomes visitors. A towering structure originally built out of wood and later replaced by steel spans 700 feet. A lasting symbol of the region's once booming mining past. If you want to watch this story again, or if you missed one of my previous stories, you can watch every Road Trippin' episode in a special segment on our website at nbcmontana.com.